Okay, there is no person better to talk to than the front page story, shoring up Long Beach, 230 million storm protection project, changing the island's beachfront. No better person to talk about than the Chief of Lifeguards, the Long Beach legend, and my good friend, the one and only Paul Gillespie. Paul, talk about this, how important this will impact the beach in Long Beach.
Well, first of all, they did the jetties, which is going to, the jetties needed to be redone. That's the number one factor. Then they're putting a dune in front of the boardwalk, which should have a big impact on the safety of the beach. All right, and then after that, they're putting walkovers over the boardwalk. If you see the West End now, it's simply beautiful. It really is beautiful. It's bigger. It looks cleaner. There's a lot more room for activities down there. So it all looks good for Long Beach.
Absolutely, Paul. Look at how the difference. You know, it's going to.
Yes.
Like, let's look at that. Look at
In the back,
sand.
in the back of the sand dune here, they're
Right.
gonna have a 10-foot like roadway. So in case of emergencies, we have to get down there to get off the beach at one of the exits at the end of the beach.
And Paul, to me, the bottom line is, this is such a great project because, God forbid, we get hit with another terrible storm. This is going to make Long Beach much safer. Let's talk about that, especially people who have beachfront property right on the boardwalk.
You know what? Nobody believed Sandy was gonna hit. A little bit but myself, but I kept watching the television, and after I saw what they were saying, how the two storms were gonna meet right over us, I knew we were in trouble. God forbid if we ever have a storm like that again and we're not a little more prepared for it. And this is preparation for those storms in the future. And it will make all of Long Beach safer. From the tip to the beginning of town to the end of town. It's going to help out tremendously.
And Paul, let's break down all this because this is so critical. 7 miles of barrier island to be fortified, 200 feet of boardwalk completed per day, and 1.2 million tons of sand pumped from the ocean floor. Let's talk about how important all those things are.
The 7 miles, that's a long way. It stretches actually from down in Point Lookout all the way down here to our last jetty down in Ohio Beach. And then they have the cost, it's all federal fund. So you got to take advantage of it because you know what? If they were to say no to it now, they're not coming back. What was the other thing there we had?
The 1.2 million tons of sand.
What they do is they go out there and they find out where the sandbar's out, and they go out pretty far. They're at about a mile, I would say, right now. And as soon as they deplete that, they look at another area. And they're taking good sand from the bottom of the ocean. They're only going to take good sand. And once it hits the beach, it bleaches out in a couple of days, and then we clean it. And like I said, there's a almost finished product down the West End. If you go down there, the 7 beaches down there look absolutely beautiful.
That's great, Paul. So this is really a wonderful project, and we thank your input. But you know, I can't let you go without pointing this out. That once again, we read that over the summer, your amazing lifeguard staff made several heroic rescues, and I think, bar none, you have the greatest staff of lifeguards anywhere here in Long Beach.
We have what makes Long Beach very successful in lifeguarding is we have a very good system. Then we have 2 great swim programs with John Scudden. He was the guy at Woody Davis in the past that really helped make the swimmers. Then we make them lifeguards through our training and years of practice.
And it pays off. I mean,
it certainly does. It certainly does, especially the emergency response team that we keep after 6. In about the last 10 years, they pulled in about over 200 people.
That's amazing.
So it's great. It's
and
great
you know, because sometimes you get inexperienced swimmers that go out on high tide that aren't aware how dangerous it is, and your lifeguards are there in split seconds to save lives, and they do a phenomenal job.
You know, if you can't swim, you don't go in, and that should be the motto of the people that come down here. that water that we have out there, you got riptides at any time. And we've been sitting there this year, especially the weather has been a little bit strange over the last summer. We haven't had a lot of nice days. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of humidity. I'm hoping these last 5 days of the weekend in the summer will be beautiful. It really would put a cap on everything.
Yeah, and Paul, you know, you're always tested. There's always challenges. And one terrible thing happened, and again, your staff did an amazing job, was all the medical waste that came onto the beaches and syringes, and you guys cleared it all up, and no one got hurt. Talk about how important that was to make it safe.
You know what it is? There's been there are people dumping out there. There was in the past 30 years these needles and whatever else, tampon things have been coming up on our beaches. You can't close the beach for every needle you pick up because there's a lot of stuff out in the ocean, and we're not only getting it, but the other parts of the beach and the island are getting it. And it comes from out there. It wasn't put there. It could come when we get really good southwest winds. You get that garbage to blow in on the beach, and sometimes it isn't needles. Sometimes it's raw sewage. You know, so we work at it. We work at trying to make the beaches. At Tommy Canna for the city of Long Beach, he keeps the beaches pristine. He really does.
So, Paul, you're a great guy, a legend,
Thank you.
And you do a phenomenal job as Chief of Lifeguards. And we want to make sure you never retire and keep up the fabulous work. And thanks so much for your contribution on this. It was awesome. Thank you, my man. He is the Long Beach legend, the one and only Paul Gillespie.